Hey there, everybody. How have you been? Yeah, let's see. Uh, you'll want to start the stream out by doing some audio experiments. We're going to let's see. We are going to. Oh yeah, no. Thank you all so much. Sorry for yesterday. I was very. I don't know. It was. I don't know if it was just exhaustion or whatever, but like I just destroyed physically. But no, I feel much better today. I got a lot of rest, too much rest, honestly. I got 12 hours, slept through a few meetings accidentally. But yeah, no, but I'm feeling much better now. Thank you all for your patience and understanding, and hopefully we'll get 2 days worth of progress in a single day. But let's see, one thing that I wanted to try. Um, okay, so y'all, I'm going to try muting my mic and using the one on my camera. And y'all are going to tell me, do I sound better or worse? All right, so this is me on the camera. Does that sound better or worse? Let's see. I'll always answer some questions while we're waiting. I'm already waiting. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, spread the word. I want there to be some hype going into it. I want people to be like, have hope, you know? I feel like I've burnt too many bridges posting announcements about it. So I'm just kind of, I want it to be closer to done before I say anything publicly. But yeah, by all means, spread the word. I'd love to have more people like show up here and watch as we make it because then you get a few more good ideas sent your direction. Um, yeah, I am further away, so that would make sense. I can probably boost the volume if that sounds better. It just let's see. Let's how do I configure advanced audio properties, camera, balance, sync offset, audio monitoring. Um, okay. Does anyone else? All right. So let's go up to how about 130%? How does this sound? Does this sound better, or does that sound about okay? Yeah, I'll start booting up superhero life while we do that. Yeah, because like I want eventually I'm going to buy an actual good mic. All right, yeah, perfect. All right, then we will be using the camera for a bit, uh, and yeah, that'll be. I'll just in fact I will probably delete this mic. So yeah, I'm free to not wear headphones if I want, but I do need a haircut, so we'll see. For now, I can also just listen to music. Y'all would never know until I start singing or like doing little rhythmic moves. Uh, wouldn't call it dancing, but yeah. All right, so um, yeah, the put a bridge. Putting a bridge is more realistic than putting space, but for now, really, we're focusing on just a single island. We want this to be a contained game. Like, first you put a bridge somewhere, then you put a bridge somewhere else, and you put a new map, and next thing you know, you've made an entire planet, and the game never comes out. I'm really trying to keep it in scope this time, y'all. I know we want to be excited and like show some new stuff, and we're gonna get some new stuff. We just need to keep that new stuff somewhat recognizable compared to the original state of the game. Um, when you say the space, are we talking about like outer space, or is there something else that I'm missing? Because I don't, the space map. I'm not. Is that a thing? Did I make that and just forget? Um, because I do like space games, but to my knowledge, superhero life for the most part has been pretty Earth locked. But yeah. but no, let's focus on making some. Yeah, I feel like space is kind of the it's a little bit, I wouldn't say jumping the shark, because you can have a game go to space and have it be fun. Like let's see, what was that game? Saints Row 3 or 4, where aliens invaded. That was fun, but that whole game is like all about very uh, very very cheesy, which this game is too. You got Captain Cool Guy, for crying out loud. It's just but I think that's something you work up to. I'm not necessarily against space, but we got to add the concept of multiple maps first. And with multiple maps, the first multiple map you want to do is not space. Like you want the first map to be like a different biome, or like you know. So we'll do this one thing at a time. But yeah, but no, I definitely want there to be more to these games long term. But that also multiple maps might be a superhero Life 4 thing. I don't know. There's a lot of things up in the air, and I think that's why I feel like a lot of game development is kind of sculpting, where like you have a general idea what you want, and then you slowly chip away and increase the detail. It's almost like a Google Earth image, like rendering it, like just the detail just increases until you know exactly what you're looking at. All right, sounds good. Let's see. Will there be damage? So I am open to supporting more like damaged textures, but I don't know if I'd apply them automatically, because for every person who'd want like to take some damage when they're low health, there's another person who like is okay. Let's say for example you wanted to show their skin under the suit, kind of like Spider-Man 1, you can see part of their face, but then you have someone who's like an alien and has like used a special mask in a creative way to make it look like an alien head. And then when they get hit in the face, all of a sudden it reveals a human face under it. Like having programmatic damage for a game where you can create your own characters is messy. And so I'd rather just add the functionality individually, and then allow people to maybe you could have a thing where at different health levels you can auto swap to different suits you've made. But I wouldn't want it to just be a mechanic. I appreciate it, yo. I appreciate y'all sticking with it all these years. That I couldn't have made it this far without y'all. Let us. But speaking of the game, okay, we're gonna make these little these things. So first, let's get. Okay, so because of the texture, it's actually a little bit less saturated. So let me adjust that a little bit. That looks better. All right, and then we are going to. Let's also bring in a. Where's that guy? There they are. Okay, so in the original coastline, I know that you can like sit on these, but I don't know how. Let's see. Arguably this is too high, so let's actually go through and we're going to do a few things. The first one is we're going to lower it a little bit, and we're going to make it skinnier. Actually, let's use the extend up to. actually, let's raise it a little bit so we don't have to mess with the terrain again. You know? Okay. It's looking okay. Welcome back. I am open to having like I want to go a lot. I want to give a lot more control of the customization in the game. Yeah. So yeah, no. Post-apocalyptic maps can be a headache because there's a lot of with all the buildings being kind of destroyed. Like, okay, here's an example. This building, it's not like amazing by any means, but all of the shapes and some basic facade textures allow you to have an okay looking building in just a handful of parts. Now, if I was to blow up this building, like have a chunk missing from it or like part of it crumbling, that's just a lot more texture and detail. And it's kind of like how, you know, a tree versus a building, like simple geometric shapes are just easier for a computer to handle. Like there's a reason you have a lot more games taking place in a city than a forest. But yeah, yeah, suit glitch will be incorporated as a mechanic. Proving the sea, yes, probably. It might just be a texture thing, but I do want to have like an actual like, kind of beach with like a tide going up and down, like, you know, just something that looks a bit more natural. But that's not the highest priority, you know. Like I want to do it, but no. At least, well, every time I say this, you're like, "Oh no, we play the game just for the ocean." Like, no, you don't. Stop lying. This is how y'all ended up with like the prop update for Superhero Life 3. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna get a lot more customization behaviors there. Okay, so now we're gonna do. I want to find like sort of a waterlogged concrete, you know, like something that looks like kind of like it's kind of been eaten away at over time. Not bad, but also I don't know if I want to paint it because nobody in their right minds would paint something expected to be submerged in water, unless it's a ship, because owning a ship is a fight against futility, and entropy, and all that other stuff. Let's see. Okay, wait. I don't like I like the roughness. I don't like the. I don't much care for the multiple colors because this would be a pretty. Okay. That one's a little bit better. So let's make this 3x3. Okay. Oh, so that's a bit high. Alright, are you planning on adding more animations? We're definitely going to keep the same animations, but more could probably be added over time. It's just kind of a, you know, what's the main priority right now? Let's see. I'm just going to look up a quick image of like a pier or something. Why is my computer's performing horribly today? What is using up all the disk? What? Which of you is it? I hate it when it says just system, because like no wonder, you know? Wow. The computer's using up the disk. Thanks. Okay. It's just annoying. I need to upgrade my computer at some point. It's getting to that time, but like, you know, who wants to stop and like pay for that? And it still technically works. It's just annoying. Okay, so right now, When do you plan on doing interior design? Later, much later. I don't want to do interior design right now, because for one, it's a superpower game, so most of the stuff you do will be exterior. Obviously, with roleplay, there are important interior areas, but like from a gameplay perspective, the superpower part that happens mostly outside. Like, I don't know how many of y'all tried using I'm guessing a lot of y'all, had some interesting role plays in like the hospital. Who was flying in here? You know, who was having a fight in this room? Who was doing super speed in this room? Like, we're gonna have this room, I promise. It's just not, it's not the thing that I feel I need to build out first. Um, so hopefully, I don't know. I feel like Superhero Life 3's map. I don't know. I don't want to add teleporters to Superhero Life 3's map. I'd rather just focus on adding vehicles or heck, I'd even add a train. Like, it doesn't feel like it's big enough to really warrant super quick travel, especially when people do have like super speed. I don't know. Because teleporting is just one of those things where it just adds a bit of dissonance to the game. Like, people now, oh, this is a game. Like, it kind of breaks immersion a bit. So I don't want to do it unless it's really necessary. I'm trying to decide. Okay, I'm gonna look up like an image of like a pier. Because like I know for a fact they've gotta like how do they intercept with the okay, here's the Santa Monica Pier. I was actually here a few I think last year. Okay, so they do it, they focus fully on having it under it. Let's see. With other piers, it seems like that's a similar vibe. Okay, let me check out the San Francisco one, just because like that one's like sort of a deeper pier, you know. Okay, here you go. You can almost see it in the back. Ah, oh, come on. All right, there we go. All right, so it seems like the way to go for something like this is not actually to put it on the side, but rather we need to first make it bigger. Second, okay, so we're going to increase this support size. Make it, okay, so make it this high. Let's see, is this the height we ended up wanting? Yeah, that looks good. I need to finish making it thinner. Or do I? Was that the right move? Yeah, it's just, well, it's thinner, but is it this thin? Yeah, okay. We're going to continue going forward with the, y'all, it's very funny, like, this are the pier look right, and you're like, we need to go to a new dimension. Like, we are not there yet. That is a different conversation. Before we can do the extraordinary, we have to conquer the ordinary. Let's see. Also, I'm guessing someone else said that. I don't know who I just quoted. If anyone knows, let me know. And if it was my quote, I will happily take credit for it, because that was a fun quote. Okay. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah, isn't game development fun? This is how you end up like. this is why I did it this way, by the way, because I want to get a general city in there. Because if I was doing like the full detail, like this is the low detail pass right now, and it's already like here we are, week or so later, we're still, you know, things still are looking like kind of in progress. Making a map just takes forever, and that's what makes it so difficult, because map, like environmental art, can take a long time, but then you know, you might find, oh, we should have made this bigger, or this area is too big. It is also the hardest one to redo. It's such a commitment from such an early point. What is this? Okay. Yeah, all right. So, yeah, the multi emblems is pretty likely to happen. Something like that. I don't know exactly how we'll do it, but we're gonna have better emblem support. Okay. What do they call this? This isn't like, I'm just gonna go with like peer support or something. This is my peer group. Yeah, when it supports the dock, it's under peer pressure. Let's see, please don't use inappropriate language in your bio. Does it not censor it? I could have sworn it did. Guess we are talking about exploiters. All right, so that, let me just, I'm gonna have it be like, you know, direct against that part. I don't know, like the, yeah, the yeah, no, I thought I cut all the text inputs, but it was a very long time ago. Let's see. Private servers, you should add a weather client. I mean, like, for the most part, you know, just don't use slurs. I don't really care if you'll, you know, say other things. I just don't say it because I know that my audience is of a wide range of ages, and I know that I wasn't allowed to use certain words for a long time, and I want it to be accessible to everyone, you know? All right. All right, that looks good enough. Let's see, how's it looking compared to the other side? That looks good. All right, so now 8, we're going to go by 8 every time. No, that's not right. Why did that not? So, no, okay, so I'm going to go by 20 every time. Okay. That's a little bit too close, right? Let's jump it up to 22. That looks all right. 24. I don't know why. I should just be defaulting just slightly too far apart, you know, because that because all getting like them closer together means is that I have is that it'll cost more parts to actually support. Okay, that looks good. Um, let's see. Well, in fairness, the game hasn't been updated super much. I'm surprised that the superhero left community has survived it all. You know, like I consider myself very lucky to have such a resilient fan base. Actually, it's not even my fan base. It's like that. That's the thing. Like that's why I try to say community because I mean I don't think y'all dislike me, but y'all are here for the game. You know, it's not anything about me. I just make the game. Let's see. That's kind of. Why didn't I make this exact? Why didn't I? Okay, I made it like 1.5. That's gonna be annoying. Okay, we're just gonna go with 2 for everything else, and we're all gonna pretend like this didn't happen. Okay, we're gonna pretend like this is also 2. Okay. Also, hold up. I have had an idea which will make my life so much easier, and that is just to make it above the water to begin with, and then we're gonna sink it all down in one go. All right. We're just gonna start by going through. So there are boats over there. They're not good ones. Well, I mean, they are good ones. Sorry, they are quality assets from an asset pack, but as a result, they don't necessarily fit the rest of the game's art style super well. And yeah, so I'm gonna replace them at some point probably, or not. Like that is something that's kind of like a lower priority. Okay, so now. Uh, oh wait, oh, dang it! I didn't make a copy of this material. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna make a note to ourselves that we're gonna copy all the materials we use via a script at some point, and that we're not gonna make any more copies for one-off usages. That sound good? Okay. So now, okay, let's get that centered. Okay. So now, what was it? 24. The yeah, no, I know that the community is like kind of split between like making characters that already exist and making their own characters. I've always been more of a fan of make your own characters. By all means, take inspiration from characters you know, but I think that to some extent that's all like it's always what happens. Like whenever someone like pretends to be Batman, as Batman is not a real character, um, whatever they make Batman say or do, that is not necessarily canon or anything. Like that isn't necessarily officially what Batman could do. You can make him do anything. Um, and so I think if you're already doing 90% of the creativity, why not just go the extra mile and make it your own thing. Why pretend like it's not your own thing? Mhm. Yeah, though I've also been kind of more on the side of like, um, I'm a little bit more loose when it comes to intellectual property for the most part. I think, you know, like with the Disney Mouse stuff, like Mickey should not have taken 100 years for anyone to do anything with. That was silly. Okay. Like I agree that there's a need for some protections, but like lifetime of the artist at the max, you know? I think what people really want is not just good ideas, but good implementations. And if you limit the implementation to just the idea haver indefinitely, you end up pretty worse off, I feel. Like, there are certainly creative people who could have, like, I bet the best Batman or Spider-Man or Superman movie um, would have, but it does not exist because the odds of the person with the best idea for a Superman story and the rights to make a Superman story, like I feel like that's that's pretty unlikely. Uh, yeah. Though even then, like people who take inspiration from that, like Invincible. I love Invincible. I love that comic series. Like they obviously took inspiration from a lot of comic book characters. So the like yeah, maybe these stories do still get told just under different names. But I don't know. It just seems unnecessary. Um, yeah. Yeah, so I think in terms of the of getting this part locked in, oh, this is going to be a headache because it doesn't really line up, you know. So, oh well, we're just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, we're gonna have to be careful. Um, take a break from building and show us the map so far. Sure. Um, for the most part, there's not too much. We have an under construction docks area where we're going to put like a bunch of containers here and such and warehouses. Um, we have like a power. It's not power plant. That's super electric. We have a metal refinery right here. We have the corporate labs building here. This is the current iteration of the news building. And just a reminder for anyone watching, all these buildings are basically very low fidelity versions, very low quality. Like they are very quick. My chair is a squeaky $100-something thing that you may not have heard of. I don't even know the brand of it. Headset is nice though. I have a Bose noise canceling because when I got it, I was in a very loud place. But it's amazing. I really like sound canceling headphones. So peaceful. And then this is the current school. Like as you can see, like this school is much lower quality in implementation than this one, and because it just and I think that this, but at the same time, like it doesn't necessarily like okay, here's the equation. This took 1/10 as long as this, but only looks half as good. You know, like it's called yeah, it's called efficiency, people. But no, over time, as we build out interiors, we're gonna go and like redo these buildings. Like when you get an interior, you will get a building. And we have a little obelisk here. We're gonna put a little obelisk thing somewhere here-ish, depending on where the park actually ends up being. Yeah, yeah. I do think that we can definitely have a. You're right. Let's actually increase the. Uh, let's. Why did I name these concrete corner wedge? Brick foundation. All right, so we can make it a little bit more brighter. then the roof. Ooh, wait, that's why I had it dark. Okay, so we can't make the roof not dark, but we can, I think, mess with the color of the brick to make it a, not that one, sorry, wrong brick. That's what I get for naming it brick foundation. But we can make it a little bit warmer. It hurts because the windows are also changing color, but the one tutorial guy, Captain Cool Guy, yeah, no, I get it. I think the tutorial guy, um, he he will be a little bit less intrusive, but I think he's too much of a community favorite to like not have in its entirety. Yeah, but for the most part, we'll be relying on more nuanced ways to onboard people. What I've really been wanting to do is have like a superhero school. Like I would love if you had like a superhero school little onboarding cutscene thing where like you and other new players are like make your costume, do a little quick battle training session, and then like it just dumps you into the game after that. Like, I think that'd be really fun. But not sure if that's a Superhero Life 4 thing or a Superhero Life 2 thing. But just know that it's something I do want to do very much. Okay, so so yeah, we're just placing these all around it. Let's see, what else? What else? Make a zoo? No way. No, it's not because I don't necessarily like zoos. I do. It's just having animals in a game is such a headache. Like just coding, like they all have custom rigs. They all have some various form of AI. They all have you got to make sure that however they look fits the art style, even though they're pretty natural in their shape. Like, yeah, it's just it's a headache. Some of them need to look cute, some of them need to look scary. A zoo would take a lot of effort compared to what I could do with the time otherwise. Like I can imagine like a dog park because then it's just one type of animal. But even then, like pets has been something people have been demanding for a while, and I want to support that. However, it's just like one of those things where once again, a lot of effort for a single feature because whenever you get NPCs involved, like this is why I've been going so back and forth on NPCs. It's because NPCs is a fun concept. Like it just clearly, okay, yeah, you have other things to interact with. You aren't just alone in the map. Like that's clearly a good thing. But actually having like, it's kind of the question of is it better to be alone or with someone you hate? And I think it's very easy to make an NPC hateable because they'll get stuck places. If you're fighting them, they'll be too good, or if they aren't good at fighting, they're not fun to fight. Then they'll just be a waste of your time. And it's just like, and I think NPC companions as well. Like also just like you have to wait for them to get in the vehicle with you. You gotta, they're constantly getting stuck places or worse, teleporting out of the blue and breaking immersion. It's not something that's impossible to do right, of course. I think one of my favorite games, Hitman, relies heavily on NPC behaviors. But that's also a team of hundreds of people who specialize in it. So I don't know. We'll see.
we'll see how that works out. Because I do want it to work out. It's just, you know, it's a process. Okay, so I think, so we have this pretty much set up. Am I going to update Superhero Life 2 someday? Yes, with this. You're looking at the Superhero Life 2 update. Okay, so we're just going to go through and bump these back one. I don't think we need to go all the way to the back because there's some nature and stuff there. Okay, so now let's do that. Okay, yeah. I really don't like the wood grain here, but I will have to deal with it. Sorry, that wood grain reviewer guy has like destroyed a part of me that I'm not getting back. What's like the best, because this is obviously looks weird. So just deleting it, is that the right move? And then maybe moving this one in a bit. I think that might be. Oh, but then that looks weird. Ah, okay. Hold on. How about that? That looks workable. For sure. No worries. Yeah, it's not like this. I mean, there is a visual element to this, but at the end of the day, you know, there are much nicer things to look at while streaming. But yeah, no, I appreciate you still listening. Are we gonna have boss battles? Maybe. I like boss battles, but I prefer to have a player control it, you know? Like, I prefer to have a player, like, scale up to times 20 and then be able to, like, fight the server. That sounds more fun to me. The specific, let me just move this one over so that's orienting towards the direction I want it to. But yeah, will the suits save and transfer? Yes, they will. In fact, you might even be able to store more of them and like do some interesting iterations of them. So don't worry, we got you covered on suit stuff. Okay, so that looks okay. And now we're almost done. I swear. So now we have a decision to make. And that is whether we want to do the, let's see, support binder. Like, so if y'all look back on the, what's it called? No? On these, and especially, you know, this one, you can see like there's some stuff up at the top actually holding it together. Now we could make it out of wood. I think that making it out of concrete is fine. And so we're just going to have a very small little concrete slab. The slab, and that will hopefully look all right. Okay, so I think we're just going to do that much. Well, so yeah, so we're actually going to be pivoting to the Roblox faces, which I'm not sure if that's something people want to hear. But yeah, no, yeah, you know, loud and clear on the old faces are a bit dated. We're gonna still have various expressions, but they will be implemented to the Roblox mesh deformation face. That'd be stupid. Well, we'll see. If the faces don't look good, we're not going to use them. But if they look good, the hope is that it will have more flexibility long term, and also we want to stay up to date with like as the Roblox avatar evolves, because there's a lot of cool technology. For example, layered clothing. That all of the Roblox, all of the Superhero Life 2 stuff will be re-implemented as layered clothing, so that for one we can support different body types long term, but also because it's just oh, what did Joy say? No, I like that. That's a good idea. I guess it is an opinion. Okay. No, I think though it has to be done right. I mean I think in-game things to do. I guess it might be stupid if you have a developer like me do it because I have not been good at making that kind of compelling gameplay. Um, but you know, for the most part, I think that is you know, having things to do in the map is good. Having little area, like kind of like I don't want it to necessarily like yeah, like different events. Like I don't know. It's like if one of y'all robs a bank, is it really like is it really that bad for if another hero can show up and like stop you? I don't know. Seems everyone who's saying that's a bad idea, you need to tell me. Um, so you'll have to explain to me which plugin are you referring to, Charlotte? I'm happy to share it. I just need to know which one we're talking about. Because I've used a few of them. Yeah, no, I think that the events are definitely something that would be added for like a combat mode only thing. You wouldn't want to have them in roleplay mode. That would be annoying. But for like actual gameplay stuff, I think it makes sense. Oh, well, currently I'm not using one. I'm just using the dragger. Like if you look, if you look at model, it's just the move tool, and yeah. I don't know how long it's been since you used it, but they've improved to be the main suite of tools. Respect to the developers who go beyond that with go and do their own thing with their own tools. But that was never really something that I was too interested in. I can see use cases for it. Like I know there's everyone who's like a full-time artist has a plugin tool workflow. Like I know, like it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can make something pretty in Paint.net, but then like every person whose job it is to make pretty things uses like Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator or GIMP or something. So it's kind of like, yeah, you can work without it, but you need to level up if you want to make anything actually cool. And So yeah, I that's how I feel about modeling tools. Where at the end of the day, I am not trying to win any game art awards. I'm just trying to make something decently fast. If there's a tool, if there's a single use plugin that is helpful, um, for example the Parts Plus, that was a great addition. I was really happy with that. Um, like that's fine, you know, like I'm fine leveling up, or like the resize align ones. I love little bits of functionality that just plugs into your existing workflow. I hate whenever there's like a whole like creative suite where like you have to do it this way if you want to use the one part you need. That's honestly been my biggest I guess insight into when I create my own technical things. Originally, they were all like these little full solve every problem you want solutions. But then I came to realize, no, most of the time, the thing that lasts the longest is something that does a very specific task well. You know, when you start chaining them together, you might get some overall value in solving that problem, but you also won't use it, and you might have to re-implement one of the underlying things for later if you end up not like you want to like you want to like standardize your screws or something. Like you don't, if there's something which you might end up using later, you don't want to put a bunch of customization onto it. You want to keep it as simple and as modular as possible. Don't remember why I'm talking about this. I'm sorry. Yeah, Grandpa needs to take his meds. Um, which I have ADHD, so yeah, like most game developers, I have ADHD and autism. Please be nice to me. You'd be shocked. It was like every so go into a game development studio and be like, hey there, I have ADHD and autism. And they're like, yeah, same. Um, I don't know what specifically leads to that outcome. You know, like why is that all the you know, why does that end up being such a common trend? Mhm. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, no, I'm just glad that y'all are very very nice to each other. I appreciate it. Oh, and go enjoy Super Life too. Thank you very much. By keeping the alignment system, yes, though I might be expanding it. I don't know. I like the idea of making it more like trait based, like rather than like for example, you could just say that you're chaotic, and you could say like the problem with the alignment system is it's limited to two axes. And I don't know, good and evil. They're very much tokens. You know, I think growing up, I really loved the Myers-Briggs system. Even and but then as I got older, I realized, oh wait, this is very much not a real thing. It's just a lens of which you can enjoy the world through. Um, and yeah, I think that that's been just kind of part of it. Uh, just wanting to like it'd be like for example, if you could have if we do something with alignment, it'll be something like you could be like an enemy to a certain group. Like if you were like if you went up and punched a police officer, the police would and police aligned people would be like, stop him. But if you went up and punched a mafia member, all the mafia people will want to attack you. You know, like I'm fine with like having like associations, like you are like part of certain groups, and thus certain people are your enemy as a result. But I feel like the whole having like just a single like D&D compass thing, I feel like that's limiting. But it y'all are welcome to convince me otherwise. It's not something I'm super sold on, but if you think that having like a few traits and then allegiance would probably be the good term, and like just sort of having different reputations with different groups. I think that that's a much more mature, not mature in like this is only the adults can use this, but like, kind of a wine aging over time kind of thing, where it's like, this is a better version of the previous system. But no, y'all like, if y'all, for example, if y'all say want to be a good person and you see someone else's trait is like torturing puppies, you can just go punch them. Like if someone who claims to be a hero says, I like torturing puppies, are you really going to be like, can't punch him, they're a hero? No, like do it based on who the person actually is. Don't not just some symbol that they give themselves. Yeah, I want to encourage y'all to what I really love the having a more like nuanced view of that stuff in fantasy worlds. Like what was that anime about Vikings? Where they said like I have no enemy. Like I love that anime. You'd think if I loved it this much, I remember what it was called. It's a sign one, I think that's what they call it. I don't know. I don't usually ban people, to be honest. Vinland Saga, that was it. Great show. Okay, so yeah, I definitely recommend. Okay. Pier supports. I mean, Shardo, by any chance are you black? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, like, if you are, then like, okay, sure, we'll let you back in. If not, this can be a learning moment, I guess. I don't know. I don't think it's my place to hold it against you, but I also, I feel like it. Like the thing is, when you run a community, it's kind of like if you let someone in who puts like a slur in their profile, you can make an argument for why you might be forgiving them, but that also makes it kind of like a little bit less safe for all the people that word supports. Like it makes them feel a little bit less welcome. And so now, I don't know. I'm sure you can grow and change as a person. I fully believe that people should be able to rehabilitate themselves, grow, and all that stuff, especially teenagers. But at the same time, my goal in the community is just to keep it a relatively safe, low drama place. So. Oh, don't lie about it. That's just the I don't know, because the thing is, if they are black, then it's like kind of not my place to be in this conversation, Like I don't want to be involved in that narrative, because that's not something which I could really get much of a say in. But if they're not, I think I can kind of say, well, then you probably shouldn't have that in your bio, and that makes other people who are black feel uncomfortable in the community, and I want to protect the community. So, Okay, so Shardo, if you're black, then that's different. Okay. Do you have any mods here? What was your Discord? Okay. Like but like, okay, but actually, I think we had this discussion before. We were having a thing where like people were. No, you don't need to send me evidence. I'll trust you. In terms of the, I'm not. That's the problem, because the thing is, just don't, just behave. Don't use future. Is it? Okay, yeah. Okay. Try not to use that kind of language while in the server. I'm not going to ban a black person for using the N-word outside of the server. That seems not the right way to handle things. Okay, I've revoked your ban, though this is not a change in policy. I just going out on a bit of good faith. This is like This is like when the president, like, forgives a rule breaker or something. It's just, the problem is on a policy level, if someone, every single, like, Klansman will say that they're actually black, and then they'll just use that to be, nasty. Um, and so we can't have it as a policy, but I don't know. I trust y'all. I, I need to be a back-end developer. I don't like dealing with people. It's so stressful. So many nuances. But still, welcome back, Shardo. Please behave. Though also, I'm not sure what you did was technically wrong. It was just against the rules because online communities are complicated. Everyone be nice to each other. That is the number one recommendation. But yeah, let's see. I will not be deleting the suit glitch. Thank you. A topic I'm so much more comfortable talking about. Right, welcome. We're talking about race politics. and whether, let's see, whether banning a black person for saying the N-word in the community. It's a very, very fun topic. And how people can just, how people who are racist will just say it to and then pretend like they're of that minority group just so they could say it. Truly not, very, very, very fun online community stuff. This is why, like, you can never really have a truly good, like, online community. Like, even the best moderation teams will still, like, burn people because there's just an information problem. You just, like, you can never really prove for sure, like, what anyone's thinking at any one time, but there's still damage. Oh yeah, Ryan's way too sober for this conversation. Yeah, same. But yeah, no. So anyway, fun stuff. That's the thing. The world is just hella complicated, and you just got to do the best you can to make it work for as many people as possible. Yeah. Let's see. CJ for president? Oh please no. I couldn't handle it. I get like one news headline about like how I was cringe when I was 12 or something, and it just, yeah, nope. Like bring up some like like a game I made like in 2011, and it's like, he says that he's in favor of giving cameras to the police, but here he is making a cops versus robbers game when he was 11, and the police did not have cameras on them. Like, it's just no person who has been on the internet since they were a child should ever run for president. All right. Oh, Ryan, you still here? Did we chase you off? We made a doc. I kind of liked it. The textures are garbage though. Well, not my implementation of them. All right. Well, welcome back. The suggestion you should add height system. Oh yeah, no, I agree. In fact, there's a height system in Superhero Life 3. It's just, that's the problem with Superhero Life 3. Superhero Life 3 has a lot of the stuff y'all want. It's just I messed up enough of it that it doesn't matter. That's the frustrating part. Okay, so let us do some painting. So yeah, we're going to okay, yay. Let's see. Superhero Life 3 is, well, I think that Superhero Life 3 is a grade C game. C for CJ. And that is because but the thing is, it's an average game with a very high standard deviation. It does some things really well, but it does some things not, like, very badly. And so as a result, those average out to an okay game. And the people who really like the parts it does well will say it's underrated, and the people who really cared about the parts that it does poorly will say it's awful. And so you're just kind of stuck dealing with that. Okay, let's avatar. Hmm. Slow mode's winning against you, Ryan. Can I make you? Am I allowed to make you a mod? Add as moderator. Okay. Okay. You are now a moderator, Ryan. Maybe you'll be able to talk more. Am I able to just change that on in live? Because I see. Woo! Congratulations on your promotion. The but yeah. So okay, who do I smite? Let's see. Start by smiting. I don't know my perfectionism. Because I spent way too much time on this support system. That's the problem, because I want to spend like a year on every single part of the map, but then it's like, I need to keep going, I need to keep going, we can't do this forever. But then like I just get trapped on something, and accidentally make something that looks okay. Okay, what are you guys? Yeah, no, okay, I am in favor of more hair systems. I don't know if that's what we're talking about, but yeah. Yeah, yeah. Wait, you mean it didn't look awesome before, Ryan? Okay. Yeah, no, we worked on it. We were iterating with it. That's the thing. It's an iteration process. See, look how much look how much the news tower changed. You know, we're we're stumbling towards success. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, the factory refinery thing. This was such a process trying to make it look okay, because the problem is, as far as I could tell, factories are just like metal refineries and like that kind of industrial zone. It's just like noise, just metal noise. And so to make one that actually looks distinct and nice at like a distance, that's rough. Um, how do I change slow mode? Because I'm in favor of yeah, customization, slow mode. All right. What? How about 10 seconds? That sound good? I don't want you to be able to spam it. Okay. So that should hopefully allow people to breathe a bit more. What other buildings are we planning? So this one's the construction building, town hall, um, bank, apartments, hospital, prison, park, mall, dock. So that's the current plan, current strategy. Also, I will say I do like this school. Like, it's obviously very much still like low fidelity. It's in progress, but like the shape of it looks right. This looks like a school to me. You know, I think it does a good job. The Let's see. Oh, it's not. Oh, 10 seconds is not too long. Not but the old school is. Not bad. Yeah, okay. 10 seconds works perfectly then. Um, yeah, I think that like the thing is I've gotten more. Wouldn't say. I mean, I guess I would say intelligent. I was 18, 19 when I made this. I've grown in the last 7 years. Like but the design has a lot more thought put into it. Now, I think that can be to my detriment. Like, there's an argument here that that some of these buildings might have been nicer if they were just boring buildings. Like this. I don't know. I like this one. I think it'll look better once there are other buildings near it. Because right now it just looks like the entire district is trying too hard. But also, way better than this. Like, I think that I think the only building I still kind of stand behind from the original Superhero Life map is this and the hospital. I think that those two did an okay job, and actually the original refinery. I like that one too. The other ones are they have good moments, but I'd say they're weak overall. Like, for example, the prison, I like the walls, and I like the interior. I like this area. But just this building, like, what is this thing right here? Like it, eh. And just having most of it set up to be a parking lot. The breakable wall was very nice. That's a very fun thing to have in it. Where is that? Where did I implement that? Okay, so right here. Where did I implement that? Could have sworn put some. There we go. That's cool. I like that. Hey, is it weird for y'all when you're like, he doesn't even know where anything in his map is? Yeah. I that's the thing. That's the thing which I feel like people don't realize. I care a lot about this game, but the way that that manifests in me is that working on it is kind of stressful, especially once it's published. Working on a game that's unpublished is so much easier because there's still room to fix things. Once you have it out, then it's like what you've made has been seen by millions of people and interacted with, and they're judging it, and it's just as stressful. And I think that is draining. It's draining. I, is there real? I know I hooked up the names to the censorship. Okay, I'll get around to fixing it at some point. Because that is a patch which would need to happen earlier. Rips hair out. Time to release my game. Yeah. Ryan's working on a very cool game. Hey, Ryan, do you want me to play that game for a moment on stream, or is it not ready yet? Oh, well, it's exploit. If it's exploiters, that's a different thing. Okay. Okay, not yet. One day. It's really cool though, yo. Ryan's game is very cool, and let's see. 2025. I'm gonna leak it. I want to be like that one guy who leaked all of GTA 5. You know, it's like it took too long, so gonna release it. Guy's poor dad. The why is this kind of off? What happened here? Also, why am I using two of these? Just go all the way here. Alright, well, Ryan, if you change your mind, I am sure that people would love to see it. Let's see. Okay, so okay, what I really need to do now is start messing with the terrain. Model view terrain editor. All right, let's go. Okay, so will PvE be a thing? Yes. What's your opinion on the other superhero line team event? It's very cool. Definitely give it a play if you haven't. Let's see. All right. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So now, let's do it up here too. This thing's a little bit top heavy, you know. Okay. Also, we should smooth this out a little bit. This is a bit. This is like an intentionally planned arc, you know. Let me. That's a little bit better. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. PVE. That. Yeah. That'll come once I get NPCs hooked up. Yeah. The. Should it be called PVR? But I guess. Well, I guess it depends on. Are we talking about E versus everyone or versus environment? If it's in, I assume that's what PVE stands for. Player versus environment. That's like versus NPCs, right? Yeah. No. Like I want. I think that you have to have a good NPC system for many games. Like, it's just actually making one that feels good. That can be where the headache is. But yeah, no, I definitely want to do something like that. Okay, so yeah, yeah, player versus player. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm glad I'm not wrong about that. Um, okay, so how about let's start by sculpt. Okay. All right. Yay. I hate working with terrain. Goodness, it just feels like I'm always like leaving little dots of it everywhere. Okay, but this. Yeah, I'm gonna make the water semi-transparent so that I can actually get a idea of what I'm looking at. Okay. Yay. All right. So let's look at this. Um, Hopefully NPC CJ gets unfrozen soon. Yes, that is the hope. Um, no, I'm glad that they remade the game. I think that was a very cool thing. But at the end of the day, like I am very particular with who I work with, and you know, for the most part, it's a very short list of like Ryan and um, you know, friends I met during my first internship, or people who are hiring me and you know, pay me nicely to work with others. When it's just like my own thing, like you know, you really have to trust a person with this. And I also know that like because they're like a community member, there's kind of like some weird, you know, some weird power dynamic stuff. And I don't know. I prefer to keep their thing separate. Um, I think that's just simpler. Um, the But no, they did very good work on their own version. Okay, so this one. Okay, so we're going through. All right, so now let's start by. Well, let's use, instead of the terrain editor, let's use the what's the terrain painter? There it is. I would use this so much more often if it was just a widget, you know. I still use it a decent amount. NPC CJ will probably be, you know, if not in the park, I'll put him somewhere that he'll like, you know, nice, maybe like a nice little cozy chair in a skyscraper overlooking the sunset. I wouldn't mind being there. Okay, so we are going to, so min, okay, so maximum, we'll have that as 1 by 1. Where is that? Oh wait, I need to why is none of this working? Okay, leafy grass. What am I doing wrong? Am I going crazy, or is this just not working? Wait, am I painting it leafy grass color? Okay, no, I'm an idiot. All right, it works. All right. I once again remain my own worst enemy. Yes, it turned this. Okay. This is why Superhero Life 4 isn't out. All right, there we go. Oh, how about, let's just keep this purely. Let's just keep this purely like deterministic right now. Well, no, it is deterministic either way, but just like, let's do it like just purely things sitting on other things should be sand stuff. Yeah, okay, so, and now we'll change it to mud. All right, so we're gonna have mud for things that are a little bit steeper. So, so we're gonna have that be to like maybe point 8, and then so that's gonna that's gonna look good. So we're gonna have some mud there. Yeah, honestly, maybe I should replace the sand with mud. Yeah, okay. I'm replacing Replacing all the sand with mud. That's it. Replaces your sand with mud. Okay. Yeah, it's just, not everything's a beach. So, hey, if by all means, start working now. It's never too early to do some cool game development stuff. Okay, so now, okay, yay. So now we're going to go through, fill in all of this stuff with rocks. Okay, yay. Let's go point. Okay. Okay. Yay. All right, so we've gotten that looking all right. Let's sorry, I'm just trying to make it look a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that looks nicer. Yeah, sorry, I just want it to like blend in a bit more. Okay. Yeah. Go for it. I like ideas. And then let's do some leafy grass at a. Let's see. So we'll have an override. So the threshold for that should be. Let's go. Okay, yay. And then just to why is this not working? Oh, as I said, the threshold too high. All right, let's see. Did you pursue coding in college? I did go to college. I did not pursue coding. My college path was interesting. I knew I was going to college since I was a little kid. My parents were very responsible and saved up money for me to go. At first, I thought I would do something computer graphics related. But then, around the time I went to college, I started, having a lot of success as a game developer. I landed a Silicon Valley internship in game development. And so I transferred from Purdue University, where I was doing computer graphics and UX design stuff, for the Indiana University game development, and I really liked the Indiana University game development one, but then around the time, around the time COVID hit, if I remember correctly. No, this would have been before that. But the problem is a lot of the people in the program were people who were just getting into game development, and I had been doing it for a very long time. And I just had trouble with the group projects because it was definitely partially my fault. I wasn't the easiest person to work with because the thing is, I wanted to do something really cool. I wanted to make something impressive, and they were just starting out. And so it was just hard to find a harmony in that. And it's just, yeah. I ended up graduating with just a generic Bachelor of Liberal Studies because otherwise I would have had to stay an extra year. And so yeah, it's it's definitely, I'm not sure if it's a regret I have, but it's definitely a what if. Like, what if I'd completed that? Um, completed that. Like, what would that have looked like? And I don't know. I definitely think it made the most sense, and I learned so much in my first year away from the program. In fact, but the part that I left at was basically the final year of production, so just coding stuff essentially. Most of the design theory stuff was done, um, though of course there's learning to be had in experience, and there were very talented people. So I still would have learned stuff there. I just, I don't know. I learned so much in my first year as a full-time developer that it's hard to say it was the wrong decision. It just, when the other path was so enticing, I think you're just destined to wonder the rest of your life what it could have been. And unfortunately, it's a bit too late for me to go back. The person who had the program, a person who I respected heavily, Professor Mike Sellers, passed away, and he really was what one of my favorite parts of the program. Though there were some other really good teachers there. It was just like, it was definitely his thing, and so even if I went back, it wouldn't be the program I left. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, no, CJ lore. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the lore I'm in fact the most expert in. Yeah, being scared of talking to new people is an interesting thing because on the one hand, nobody's meaner than people, but on the other hand, nobody's nicer. I think that you'd be surprised how, if you dress nicely, learn some basic social skills in terms of not talking when someone else is talking, and most people can have a pretty positive interaction meeting new people. It just takes some training. I had to learn it myself to, but yeah, I think. Okay, I think I'm okay with this terrain right now. This looks okay to me. I should. Actually, that's not true. I should. For one. Okay, so first, let us paint the. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Okay, the terrain painter. Okay, yeah. First, I am going to remove this. All right, so we're just going to make it so that. We want the area that connects with the dock to be a bit more to be either rock or dirt. Probably dirt. I think. Yeah, we just want it to connect very cleanly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. Y'all, I appreciate the support. Yeah, I really want to get this terrain to look right. It's an area which I am not the best at, so I really gotta, put in some effort to try to, make this look as good as possible. But I think it's starting to come together. The vision's starting to work. But first, we're going to move this to server storage, and then clean up under here. We're just going to use ground. All right, so we're just going to go through and just swap out all of this with ground, because obviously grass would not be growing under here. And then when we go through, we're also going to go through and find and get that final bit of sand that we missed. Okay, and then just a little bit of that. All right, so I think that looks about right. So now we move this back in. Bam. All right, we have the pier. So let's just quickly block out some just little buildings along it. Okay. So actually, I'm going to lock it. Where'd the command bar go? Yeah, but actually, I'm going to save my work. Okay. Updated to Pier terrain plus supports. Commit. Okay, so just save my work. I use GitHub to store my stuff. Let's see. Superhero life lore on why I made superhero life. That's a tough one. Well, so basically, I had made a superhero game because I liked superheroes. It was called like Superhero City. This was way back in. So far back, I don't even remember what the original Superhero City looked like. I remember what Superhero City 3 looked like because everyone really liked that one. I vaguely remember 2. I don't remember what the first one looked like. Actually, I kind of do. Point is, I made sort of a superhero fighting game, Superhero City, and mobile GUI will be much better. So don't worry, we're going to be building it with mobile support in mind first, not just afterwards. And let's see, in terms of the where did the command bar go? Yeah, but so I made a superhero game, but then it got decently popular, but I wasn't sure if it had got popular just because people liked the superheroes that were in it, not because I'd actually made anything good. And so I made a new account, a secret account, to see if I actually had any talentedness. If people would play something just because I made it, not because it had Batman on the front. And so I made Superhero Life 1 a few months later, just because I knew that I could make superheroes in a fun way, but would it still be fun if it was just any old hero, if it was something that you could make on your own? And it turned out that was a key ingredient. People liked making their own thing, which led to a bunch of other successful games after that. And I Yeah, I guess I still haven't proven to myself if I can make a game that's successful, that on my own at least. I have worked with other developers to make other games that did well, but like can I make a game from scratch that's not superhero based? And that might take a few more years for me to prove. But I can make a fun superhero game. Um, and yeah, that's what hopefully this is. Let's see, can I increase the reflectance? Maybe not that much. Yep, lore time. Yeah, hopefully that lore wasn't too disappointing. But yeah, no, I really wanted to prove that I could make it, make a fun game from scratch, and so secret account made it from scratch, and first game hit the front page. So I am proud of that. But since then, I've also come to understand that that definitely had some luck involved. Ah, yeah, I really think that Superhero Life 4 not coming out and then a few other, bumps along the way has made me into a much better developer. Because before you had a professional failure, like Mortal Metal was probably my biggest professional failure, um, you become a bit overconfident in your ideas. You become a bit like, well, every time I do what I think is right, I win. So when someone else says something that I don't agree with, they must either not understand or be wrong. And that's a dangerous mindset to be in, without a doubt. Um, yeah, granted, I was also much younger back then. Okay, so let's see. Does this look? Sorry, I'm just flipping these to actually fit the grain for the rest of it. Okay, okay, so lock that again. All right, so now let us. We only have about we only have about 15 minutes. Exactly. Um, Character lore now. Well, unfortunately, the characters were originally just heroes of Robloxy characters, but then I thought, I don't want them to be that. I had the permission from the developer. I was just like, I'd rather be my own thing. I remember he was a bit disappointed. I think he liked the game. Would have loved to, have our games unite. Um, but he's a good guy. I don't know if he still makes games on Roblox. Actually, no, he is an adult now, so he has a real job. But I do believe he does occasionally pop on and make stuff. Insanely Luke is the developer I knew. I know there were multiple people on that team. Um, so let's see. This new plugin is making me retrain my brain because it used to just use like the actual surface to determine the detection, and now it's doing more complicated stuff. Um, let's see. You had super strength, the power options. Yeah, strength becomes a lot more viable now that we're planning like destructible items, And like I think strength should also like handle stuff like knockback, Like a stronger character should not be flung across the map by someone who isn't stronger. Uh, why is this? Oh, it's because it's a model. Why is it a model? scaling here is just awful. Like everything's just a little bit off from the one. Like you see that? Like there's just a little gap there. It's a nightmare. I hate that. How does this always happen? I work so hard to have that not happen every time. It just happens. Okay, so let's start with moving this over. All right. Ooh, enjoy Minecraft. Yeah, that's a fun game. I didn't play it for a long time. I don't think I got into like 2015 or 16. My parents didn't like video games that much. My dad and mom were both very supportive at me learning skills, but for the most part, I remember hearing many times growing up that video games rot my brain from, especially my mom. But you know, not even sure she's wrong. I guess I think that my brain's doing okay, and I didn't play too many video games, but at the same time, I also know a lot of talented developers who did nothing but. And so, you know, not sure that that holds up to evidence. We'll see. Um, okay. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna finish this staircase. That is going to be our that is going to be how we finish the stream. Just finishing up the staircase area. Let's see. I think, yeah, this is I'm kind of excited for for when the map is done because, or at least in sort of like we've gone as far as we want to for now state. Just because I know that a lot of the what's it called? Because I think that it'll be more interesting when I actually have powers I can test. Like building stuff is fun for a bit, but I know I can see like the energy is just not as high as it once was. Because now it's just like, oh, he's like tinkering with the exact sizing of things. Fascinating, you know. Um, so I'm just doing some organization. Road ramp. so what's the best way to do this? Where's that stair plugin? Actually, wait, I need to take this sidewalk, and then it has some tags, doesn't it? It has a sidewalk tag. Sidewalk. There we go. Let me mess with the position. Let's see, how about 30? Almost. 35, 37. It's just 40? No? Okay, so 30. Okay, so 37.5. All right, perfect. Flawless. So now let's just, stairs. Dang. All right, so how about let's make this, I guess, a little bit shorter. And actually, we can do this pretty exactly. If it lines up to here, then we're good. Okay, so stairs. Did that work? That worked okay. Okay. Stairs. Nice. Now I'm just going to sync it back one. Bring this in. Let's just go to 35. All right, perfect. Trying to pay attention. I know. I feel it. Stair lore. Oh yeah, these are the stairs that Red Rage's parents fell down after his first temper tantrum. Yeah. No, I don't know. So I'm not sure how much lore can be had with stairs. Okay, so that's looking all right. So I think that looks okay. Well, I need to make this shorter. It's starting to not look like a retaining wall. I don't know. It's tough. All right. Let's see. So we got 5 minutes left, which is good. It's annoying because at a distance you can't really tell. You know, if you just zoom back to the beginning of the stream, it's just like, yeah, it's about the same. Working on details is so exhausting. It's like, yeah, we recolored this part a little bit. One little step forward towards success. Oh, happy birthday, man. Yeah, yeah, congrats on turning 16. That's the age I was when I started working on Superhero Life 1. So, you know, hey, you could, who knows, maybe you'll make something cool that you'll still be working with it a decade later. Oh, if it was worth Wolf, I'm not the best at noticing things, so I might sometimes just not notice. Thank you for trying to keep the spam down. Mm-hmm. Dang, you turned 16 at age 2, right? We got so much in common. We should make a game together. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna put some bricks, some gray bricks. And I'm going to increase my size to 2. Yeah, we got 2 minutes. I don't know why I'm starting this with only 2 minutes left, but okay, let's just decide on some. We're just gonna decide on some, you know, some nice buildings. Add some variety, stagger it a bit. Vary the heights. I'm gonna make this one a corner store. Ferris wheel would be nice. I do like that idea. Okay. Let's got 1 minute left. Let's just block out a Ferris wheel. And congratulations. For years now, you can say, you know, the Ferris wheel, which millions of people saw. That was because I had an idea in chat, and CJ thought it was awesome because it was an awesome idea. And also, then everyone else can be like, I actually had that idea too, he just didn't see it. And you'll be like, but he didn't credit you immediately after the stream. But yeah, okay, that was good. Yeah, I actually had a Ferris wheel and I think a superhero city game, one of the precursors to Superhero Life. It did not move though, it did not rotate. So maybe all of my skill now can go towards making a rotating Ferris wheel. Okay, but yeah. Okay, it's 30 now. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Otherwise, Yanni will be, you know, like, there's my boyfriend. And I'll be like, I don't know, just watch the stream. He's right there. that will not make her happy. So I need to edit um, just if we can connect these areas, that'll be enough for one. Also, let's make this one taller. Okay, but yeah, no, we can see we're starting to get some actual progress going here. I think people will like this. All right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all very much. I know this has been not the most exciting stream, but I think you can see where we're going. You know, we're getting like these various different areas fleshed out, and so then after that, I'm guessing we'll have this. I'm guessing we'll have this entire pier kind of boxed out by the end of the next stream, and then we'll probably move on to somewhere here. So yeah, that's the current plan. Thank you all very much, and I will see y'all next time. All right, see ya.